Xbox is a platform that is thriving and breaking record revenue figures on the prospect of allowing their customers to play just about anywhere across console, PC, and mobile screens. Xbox has become an all-inclusive gaming platform, and its growth has been attributed to a massive uptick in first-party and partnership-driven timed exclusive games to make the Xbox a place to play the most diverse and unique slate of games not available on competing consoles. This week, even more exclusive games have been revealed to showcase this year, and some of the franchises look to be the biggest games to ever debut in Xbox history. This is Colteastwood. Welcome to the channel. Today's news comes to us from some insiders and media outlets that are talking about brand new games coming to Xbox and some cryptic messages that give us an insight of what's coming and some pretty intriguing hints of what to expect from Xbox in the near future. All sources are linked down in the description. If you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel, hit the bell to be notified of new content, and let's get into what Xbox has in store for us in the very near future. Xbox has already announced over 20 exclusive big games coming in the next year or so, and another dozen indies cementing the Xbox has no games narrative firmly in the past. Xbox is quietly and secretly preparing for E3 2021, but their best laid plans have been eking out to media outlets, and it is painting a picture of an Xbox that has more than just their in-house talent busy building exclusive games for the platform. Jez Corden has reported on a leak that puts IO Interactive, the team behind the Hitman series, building an all-new team to partner with Xbox to make a fantasy RPG in what Jez calls a wildly ambitious venture, codenamed Project Dragon, a AAA fantasy RPG with heavy focus on multiplayer in this all-new IP. Some outlets are hinting at a Diablo-styled co-op game. Other sites, and especially fans, are hoping that this is a re-emergence of Scalebound, a failed Platinum Games project but owned by Xbox. But Windows Central assures that Scalebound is off the table, and Project Dragon is indeed a brand new IP for Xbox. This is part of Xbox's plan to bring several AAA games exclusively to Xbox and first to Xbox Game Pass each and every year. This game is years away, but this is the plan to fill in Xbox Game Studio releases with premier content from Xbox Global Publishing. The next exclusive deal with the Xbox is arguably one of the most universally massive franchises, with rumors of a Star Wars game coming only to Xbox. Mr. Matty Plays, gaming YouTuber with a proven track record of nailing inside information, tells us of a second Lucasfilm franchise coming to Xbox outside of Machine Games' Indiana Jones title, which has been in the works for roughly 3 to 4 years. Media outlets are hinting at a Mandalorian adaptation to gaming coming to Xbox in partnership with an unspecified studio, and with Machine Games, a proven studio, taking on a prolific franchise like Indiana Jones, it's expected that whichever studio is working on The Mandalorian or a new Star Wars-based game, this will be an incredible draw to the platform, with Xbox having an already impressive catalog of games coming in the first half of the console generation. According to gaming industry insiders, an exclusive Indiana Jones or Star Wars-based game is not implausible, as a licensing agreement are not always dependent on it being multi-platform. In other words, this game can be exclusive. Franchise owners of IPs like Lucasfilms are more concerned with the quality and the honor of the source material and agreed payment, not where the game is available. With Xbox footing the bill for partnership, marketing, and development, you can be rest assured that Xbox has paid for exclusivity of some kind to draw in customers to the ecosystem, console, and Game Pass subscriptions for Indiana Jones and the new Star Wars title. There is one more rumored game that has been one of the best kept secrets. This time it is from Xbox's in-house studio, InXile.
The reason this is great for the fans is that now my team and I have the opportunity to improve our production quality in ways that we've never had a chance to before. At InXile, we love to write for the brutal world that makes the post-apocalyptic themes so fascinating. Joining the Microsoft team is going to allow us to spend all of our energies crafting the game experience. It allows us to tap into the incredible Microsoft ecosystems that is second to none in the development world. With help in areas like QA, localization, new technology, and dedicated focus groups, we will have access to a stable of help that we could have only dreamt of. The bottom line is that we're going to be able to make games that we would have never been able to make otherwise. And even better is that the DNA of the company will remain exactly the same. Microsoft wants to work with us because of who we are. They want us to keep doing what we are doing. They want to provide a stable home so we can be ambitious and so we can polish our games more, allowing InXile to reach its full potential.
InXile has a long history of creating RPGs, in the genesis of the genre being brought into the video game medium, formerly known as Interplay, the team behind Bard's Tale and the original Fallout series on PC in the early 2000s. InXile is made up of a team of about 70 people, but they are partnering with related studios for a AAA returning franchise, a first-person RPG action-adventure game, all built from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5. Brian Fargo, head of InXile, said recently, "I know that teasing is cruel, but I am so excited about the visuals, design, and writing for our new big game. Unfortunately, you won't see what I see for quite a long time." Close quote. Wasteland 3 was completed in 2020, and the next big game from InXile is likely set to release sometime in 2024 or 2025. But with the pedigree of post-apocalyptic gritty action and RPG-based DNA from this team, we can expect sharp writing and player choice-focused first-person shooting combat to be shown off sooner than Brian Fargo leads on. I have heard behind the scenes what this franchise is that is returning, but we'll hear more about that very soon. There is still another game in partnership with a Whirlpool icon hinted by Windows Central that we cannot discuss further right now as well, but knowing the studio and the setting has illustrated to me what game to expect from this project in the coming years. More on that later as information develops and becomes available to outlets to report on. Xbox has been plagued with the no games mantra for well over 5 years, and with the establishment of Xbox Game Studios in 2018, games are coming to the platform in force, with most of the new initiative exclusives taking 3 to 5 years to develop and coming in the first wave in 2021. Xbox has well over 20 games with their own studios coming in that short time and have reached out to global partnerships with big games and franchises to fill out the already packed schedule of first-party exclusives for a platform that most thought would never have games. And with the ecosystem expanding to nearly everywhere but PlayStation, it looks like the place to play the most games this time around is on Xbox. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. A lot of people are wondering about this IO Interactive, a team that has only worked on Hitman, and they're supposed to be working on a fantasy RPG. I really hope this isn't a Diablo-style game. That's not my favorite type of game. I hope we're going to see some type of third-person, open-world, multiplayer, or co-op driven action-adventure game. That sounds very enticing to me. As far as the Star Wars game, I know a lot of people are talking about Mandalorian being an absolutely perfect adaptation for gaming, but I also wonder if this is a reemergence or a vehicle to bring other Star Wars games that have not been able to come forward, like Star Wars 1313, that action-adventure third-person shooter that was supposed to come out that was like a Han Solo type game, or if it's supposed to be a modernized Knights of the Old Republic. I'm not sure. But the other game from InXile, I can't wait to talk about that as more information rolls in. I'm sure a lot of people have guesses, so let me know down in the comments. If you ended up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new videos as they go up. And if you're a channel member or a Patreon, you can join with the link down below. You'll get early access to videos that I create some 12 hours before they go live, as well as monthly draws for games, merch, and t-shirt designs that I'll be doing about every couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that. But I want to know what you think some of these mysterious games are. I'm sure a lot of people have their own ideas of what's being made, so let me know in the comment section. And while you're there, this is an Xbox video, so people get a little bit crazy because they're used to Xbox not having games, and I'm so glad that they finally stepped up and they're putting a lot of time, effort, and pressure on the studios to create unique content for the platforms. And there's fair criticism there for sure, but while you're in the comment section, please be nice.